Al Jazeera TV, and we completely defeat them. And go and see that we as SLM change mind of our people, mentality of the people. First, we change the mentality of the people in the ground, and now we are calling for a secular democratic state because we are sure we are going to do so. The majority of people of Sudan believe in our cause.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Following your university studies and the beginning of your legal career in the private sector, I'm wondering what was your defining moment when you realized that you had public aspirations and it was so important to you that apparently you wanted to devote your life to that? What was following your establishment of a legal career in the private sector, what was your defining moment when you realized that you had public aspirations and want to devote your life to this cause? What was the event or the catharsis that led you to want to have public aspirations?
Okay, yes. As you know, I was a lawyer. And believe me, one day, I never ever saw that to be a military personnel in my life. I expected that when I learn law, I will be able to mobilize people peacefully, like what here in France, in America, in anywhere in the liberal states. But unfortunately, even the law in my country, which I disagree with their articles, because most of them are Islamic articles, I must disagree, even those are not going to implement. I was a lawyer, people kill and rape systematically. If I get the case into the court, this case will be stopped by administrative. This is why I had 7 offices in Khartoum, in Zalengi, which is my city, in Al-Fashir, in Niala, in El Geneina, and in Kosti and Damazin. My position, financial position was very, very good in my country. But what I will do with this law, which is not even going to be implemented, I've been arrested 100 times because I am just not an Islamic fundamentalist. In the law, I study that I have a freedom of speech. But if I speak to people, I will be arrested many times. Then I lock my offices and start military mobilization and military studying in order to make a statement. We are here. We don't want this situation to continue, and we are ready to die for this vision. And for me, I will tell you, I've been killed 4 times. This is an extra life. By miracle, I'm here today. But we already killed, and we believe that we are ready to be killed here or anywhere. And if anybody wants to make a pressure to me, I will go back to Darfur, and Sudan. And for sure, no doubt, we are going to change our country. No doubt. It must be changed. We must create a secular, democratic, liberal, united Sudan to allow you to come in Sudan to drink beer, to go to the mosque if you want to go, to the church if you want to go, to play disco, to go to the pool. This is what I believe. I am ready for that, to live for that, and to die for that.
Just following up on the first question, reading between the lines, obviously in an ideal world you want to see a secular democratic Sudan, but it seemed that you suggest that it's much more realistic to have Darfur split off from Sudan. I mean, that seems to be what you're much more clearly pushing for. And my second question is, since I guess none of us, at least not me in this room, understand the intricacies of sort of Darfuri politics, can you explain a bit, there was a split in your movement. Can you say who the other people were, what the split is, the various groups who are fighting in Darfur against Khartoum but don't seem to be united?
Okay. Let us start from the last point. You are talking about a split in the Sudan, in the movement. In Sudan, there's a political cultures and behaviors. People think that the movement or the political body is a way for them to have money, a nice building, or companies, or shops, or cars, or to be in power as soon as possible, to be minister, to be governor, to be, that's all for them. For us as SLM, the political movement or our movement is to create a country according to the vision which we told our people. This is why we are suffering. If you allow me, please, I will give you very, very short, brief history in these cultures. In Sudan, before the independence from British colony, there was something called a graduate congress. This graduate congress were to fight against British colonization. But before the independence, they split into the two. One group won a unity with Egypt, and one the independence of Sudan. Both of them became under the umbrella of a religion leader. One is the unions with Egypt were with Ali al-Marghani, and the others with Khatmiya, became Khatmiya, and the other with al-Mahdi. But any group after that is split from different groups. Al-Mahdi and Hizb al-Ummah, one became Hizb al-Ummah, Janah al-Imam, Janah al-Sadiq al-Mahdi, and the Sadiq al-Mahdi split with Mubarak al-Fadil till today. Marghani is the same. Marghani and Sharif al-Hindi and split from difference. Then, let us to see the current government. The mastermind of this government was Turabi. Turabi was Muslim brother, then make something called National Islamic Front. Then he made a coup, and make it a National Congress. He himself, with the power strategy, has been kicked out from al-Bashir, and he made a popular Congress. And if you saw today even the government, you will find group of al-Bashir, group of Ali Usman, group of Nafi, group is there split. But they protected by the money of oil, of Sudanese oil, instead of to go to the development of the country and unity of the country is going to their pocket. This is protect them and the power. Some of them minister, power structure, and you see. Not only this, look at a week ago, there was a coup in Khartoum by Justice and Equality Movement. This is a military branch of Al-Turabi. We are fighting for the vision. We are fighting against all of this vision. This is an Islamic fundamentalist. In Darfur, the same. This is one of the cultures of Sudanese behaviors and cultures of politicals. Some of them go to the neighboring country, bring some cars, some weapons, call you as international community, come there, we are here, and just seeking for power, became Lord War. Go to our record in UN, you will find us first as SLM, fully respect the ceasefire agreement of 2004, fully respect human rights, fully respect, because we are fighting for this Nobel case. It's our Nobel principle. We will not be against of our statement. Okay, in SLM the same. People come to us in their mind that jobs and money, and come to us and they will not find that job and money because we are fighting for a cause. Then simply they will split, go to neighboring countries, as I told you, to Chad, to Libya, or to other, give them some weapons and make a statement and go make a deal with the regime to give them job, and we are not like that. We want to change fundamentally our country. Okay, this is one. You are talking about the realistic. I'm sure that if you are in Europe I believe that where there's the determination, and there's a real plan, and there is a mobilization inside the country, nothing will be difficult at all. I'm sure that in Europe, many people thought that Europe will not be stable one day. If you saw the history, First World War, Second World War, Napoleon War, many wars. But today, Europe is well established because there was leaders, visions, and what is going on today for me is a good example. For others say, we believe that our country is one of the other countries of, I'm very sorry that more of the international community think that it's very easy for them to push that South Sudan in the end of 2011 will go. That's not true and will not happen. Because these Islamic fundamentalists, they don't care about people. You see, they're killing our brothers in South Sudan in Abyei today. Tomorrow they will kill them in Juba and anywhere because they don't want people, because they're African and they're not Muslim. They want the land which has oil and sources of water and mineral. I am sure that many oil companies pushing for independence. It will not happen. Believe me, it will not happen. The only way is to remove this regime, which is the mother of all of these evils, and to create this secular state. They are ready to give you self-autonomy, like what has happened today, but if you want to have an independent state, they will not. They have money, and they have power, and they ally. Iran, Hezbollah, many of them coming and fighting there. And unfortunately, no Western country is going to send troops. Even they're not going to arm us. For example, in Darfur, there is only two options. UN force on the ground to stop this killing, or to arm us to protect our people. Give me, if there is any third option, please give me. But nobody is going to help us because they simply call us that you are armed movement, African guys, just shout and killing and fighting and give them some jobs, some food. That's not the case. Gentlemen.
I had a question.
You mentioned earlier there were two options.
Yes.
To oppose the murderous and repressive regime in Khartoum.
Yes.
You spoke to us of the first option,
yes,
which was to have an important United Nations peacekeeping force,
yes,
involved. Unfortunately, because of the Chinese veto, that's not going to be the case.
Yes.
Can you tell us about the
second
option?
The second is to arm us to protect people, because our people will not be protected unless there will be a strong military force to protect them. Go and see our record. As Madam said, our record in UN will never ever violate human rights, we never attack civilians. We want to create new order in the country. Again, it's an order which is a violation, genocide. We want to stop all of this. This will be the stop first, to change mentality of people and to have force to create a new order. This is the reality. No other options. And unfortunately, all the diplomats of Western countries tell us, oh, go and sign an agreement. For me, agreement to give me a job in the palace. I'm not seeking for a job. I am seeking to create a new country. I am a lawyer. Believe me, I am a lawyer. I'm not seeking for just to be in power for the power. I have a vision. We want to create a democracy. We want to create an Islamic democracy state. We are fully self-confident that the majority of people of our country, whether in Darfur, in South, in all over the country, they support us because this is the only option to create a circular democracy, liberal united Sudan, depend on our equal citizenship. And religion should be separate from the state. This is the only option that we have today in the country. And we are making a big debate. If you say internet, if you see radio, nobody is even able to make a competition with us. This is why we are talking strongly like this. If we have a little support, we will change it immediately. If not, we will change it